Ever feel like you're doing everything right, but still falling behind? Why? Because no one taught you the real rules of careers or raising kids or navigating your health. And if it feels like the real rules aren't written down, well, they're not. And let's be honest, silence and perfection are the unspoken expectations. And we're told that if we just work harder, keep our heads down and tick all the boxes, we'll eventually win. But what if that's not the real game? What if the real power isn't in grinding harder, but in uncovering the rules they never wanted you to know in the first place? Hi, my name's Kim. I'm a classical East Asian medical provider and Taoist practitioner. This episode, we're going to talk about how you can outsmart invisible systems using ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom, even from the art of war, teaches something radical for today. When this system is unclear, information is power. And gathering that insight isn't weakness, it's actually strategy. Sun Tzu's the general behind the book, The Art of War, and he ended that book with an entire chapter on spies. Why? Because in a world full of distortion, knowing the truth was the difference between victory and defeat. And in our modern world, intel is knowing which co-workers actually have sway over promotions, or which doctors won't dismiss your fatigue as just stress or depression, or how to say no without guilt, because overgiving is its own type of trap. Sun Tzu knew before you move, you need to see the whole board. Women today face a similar battlefield in careers. Paths to advancement are littered with gatekeeping. Promotions don't always go to the most qualified. Sometimes they go to the most connected. And what about in motherhood? Expectations can feel impossible with that constant pressure to be all in at work and at home. The modern terrain can be just as treacherous as ancient battlefields, and like Sun Tzu's spies, our edge comes from gathering intel from people who've already navigated the terrain and know where the real power is hidden. Wondering who that could be? Look for these types of roles in your network. So the connector is the one who knows industry back channels, is connected to everybody, or the healer who sees your body's hidden signals. Or how about the truth teller, that person who's going to call you out on your self-sabotage? Your body already knows the cost of playing by broken rules. You know, the tight shoulders, the restless sleep, that pit in your stomach. In classical Chinese medicine, this isn't just stress. It's your qi, your life force, fighting a war on two fronts: the outer game of success and the inner game of self-trust. In classical East Asian medicine, losing your intel doesn't just cost you time or opportunities, it costs you your health. And these losses can show up as, where we lose our voice or our self-confidence or our sense of direction. These kind of emotions often damage the health of our lungs and large intestine. Okay, so why is that? Well, in East Asian medicine, the lungs govern clarity and purpose, knowing what's right and wrong. So the lungs help you judge and process the world. The large intestine helps you let go of what's toxic, outdated, or is no longer yours to carry. When your lungs or large intestine are not working at full throttle, well, then your inner critic gets louder and self-judgment tightens its grip, and letting go becomes harder. It's like your body is griping about everything, every slight, every mistake, just in case letting go makes you vulnerable. And Here's how I see it play out in my clinic in real life. I see a lot more shallow breathing and chest tightness, more anxiety and self-doubt, more perfectionism masking the deeper pain, and more isolation, even while being so connected online. We call it burnout, but underneath, it's chi constraint. It's your life force bottlenecked by constant judgment, pressure, and overthinking. Think of it like this. In battle, if your scouts can't get you accurate maps, well, then you're not going to know where to march, or where the ambushes are, or where the safe passage lies. You're going to waste energy, you're going to take unnecessary hits, and you're probably going to lose ground. In your life, your maps are your clarity, your discernment, and your support systems. Without them, you're going to accidentally overwork yourself, second guess yourself, and run in circles, burning through your reserves without ever reaching your destination. And deep down, your inner critic gets you wondering, is it me or is the game rigged? Sun Tzu didn't win battles alone. He's going to rely on his people, like the strategist, the scouts, the informant, his intel team. In modern life, your intel team could be mentors who've been where you want to go, or colleagues who understand the unwritten rules in your industry, or healthcare professionals who actually listen and respect your experience. What about wellness communities that help you sustain your energy, and spiritual leaders who can help you see the bigger picture? Your allies are going to be the eyes and ears you can't always have on your own. They help you see where the system bends and where it breaks. And sometimes just hearing you're not crazy is the intel you needed all along. Of course, intel's useless if you're too depleted to act on it, and that's where Taoist practices can come in, helping you reset so you can think clearly and move strategically. And I'm going to share a simple exercise with you that I call the recovery breath. And this is going to use time. So if you want to download a Metrodome app onto your phone to help you keep count, let's do that. The recovery breath. It's 3 simple steps plus an optional bonus step. A 4-second inhale, hold for 7 seconds, exhale for 8 seconds. Now this long exhale triggers your rest and repair mode. And if you need that bonus step, then you're going to splash cold water on your face afterwards to activate your dive reflex, which is an automatic survival mechanism in the body. Let's do it together. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. That's all it is. So this is a quick reboot after a toxic meeting, a fight, or, when your inner critic is running wild. If you want more simple hacks just like that to help you reset your emotional balance and release the blame and self-doubt, check out my Taoist Spy post-workday decompression routine at the end of this video. This simple routine is going to help you unwind and release the day before rejoining the people who matter most to you. What's Sun Tzu's greatest lesson from chapter 13? Systems protect themselves by keeping the real rules hidden. They thrive when you stay busy, tired, and doubtful. But here's the breakthrough. The rules are not laws, they're habits, and habits can be broken. And you break them by learning them through people who've navigated them before you. Your mentors, your colleagues, and health allies are your intelligence network. So no, the world's not going to just hand you the crayon to rewrite your life. You've got to claim it. So choose allies who reflect the future you're building, not the past you're leaving. And once you see the rules clearly, you're never going to play the same way again. Your exhaustion isn't a sign you're failing, but a signal that you're finally ready to play by better rules. So to help you step into the future, get my free gift to you, the Taoist Spy post-workday decompression routine. It's a simple routine. It helps you unwind and release the day. Now, this routine will reset your mindset at the end of your workday and before you join the people who matter most to you. The link's going to be in the video description below or at the end of the video. If you're ready to go deeper, I offer more than tools. I offer a path. Through classical Taoist East Asian medicine, we'll map how your emotions show up in your body and how stress hijacks your thoughts and how to restore the inner rhythm that's been there all along. It's just been waiting to be heard. If this resonates with you and you'd like to explore it further, well then schedule a free 15-minute consultation. You can find the link in the video description below or on my website at bestacupuncture.com. Your fatigue isn't failure. It's your body's rebellion against a system that really profits from your silence. And the antidote? Strategic alignment. Because healing isn't about fighting harder. It's about seeing clearly and choosing your next move from a place of power. Okay, until next time, I'll catch you on the other side.